You don't have to go out and buy a Christmas wreath. You can make your own. It's really easy, and I'll show you how to do it. The first thing you need to do, though, is to go take a walk. Gather up a selection of greens. You might want to use white pine or spruce or balsam, whatever you can find. So the first thing you want to do is get your tools together. You're going to need some spool wire, and this comes in flat paddles too. I'm using gloves because the pine's really sticky. So you want to get a roll of this. You're probably going to need like a pair of pliers and a wire cutter and one of these coat hangers, because they work really great because they already have like a little hook on them for your door, so you don't have to make it. And all you do is just pull it apart, take your pliers and start to like bend it into kind of like a circle shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can also, if you have, you know, some pretty strong wire, you can just make a circle out of it. But this is super easy, and I really like that it has the little hook thing on it. So I found all of these greens on my walk down the dirt road, and also some of them were in my yard. And there's white pine, there's balsam, there's some clippings from some of my shrubs outside. There's all different mixture of greens. So what we're going to do next is we're going to make them into little bundles. So I like to make stacks of the same kind of greens. So this is what we're looking for pieces about that big. And so we'll make a whole bunch of them. And when you have these, you just cut those like that. And again, if you wear gloves, you don't have to worry too much about your fingers getting all sticky. So you do want to leave enough on the bottom so that you're going to be able to grab it and wire it. Now we have some pretty white pine. Some of these pines can be real sticky, so I have my table, my nice wooden table, covered with a tarp so that it doesn't get all pine pitch on it. So once you have those, I'll show you how to start making like clusters. So you want to make a couple of things together like this. You want them to be nice, bushy clusters of greens. We're going to make a bunch of these, and then I'll show you how we get them on the wreath. So the thing you want to do first is take your spool wire, undo a little bit of it, and then make a good strong twist around that little hook. You just want to make sure that's not going to slide around. I start off to the right because that's easier for me. So you take your first batch, you kind of lay it on the wire. Keep your spool wire kind of tight, and then you start pulling it around. Pull it nice and tight. Keep the wire close to the spool. You got kind of keep an eye on this outside, and you know, it kind of naturally will make a circular, even kind of shape, but you can adjust these little batches, these little packets of greens any way you want to make it look. I found these just walking down the street. So let's see, I'll show you how to hook those together. So you want to pull out like a pretty long piece of wire. And we're going to do sets of 3. Take the one that you want in the middle, and you put the wire up under the first couple of sets of these little seed pods. So then you have that twisted and tied on there. And then you add another one over to one side. Twist the wire around in there to the back. Always keep it to the back. Take one over on this side. Twist it over into the back. Wrap it around a couple of times. And then gather those two wires in the back like that. And just twist tie them together like that. Then you have these two wires that you can tie around the wreath and twist in the back of the wreath to secure it. And you can also move these around and make them however you want them to look. I'm going to show you how to make a bow to go on this. People think bows are really hard to make, and they're really not, but it does take a little practice sometimes. The first thing you want to do is cut a piece of wire. A couple feet long, that's what we're going to use to tie the bow. Then take your ribbon. You can make any kind of bows. There's all kinds of beautiful ribbons out there. My friend Nancy Bishop from Nancy Bishop Floral Design gave me these ribbons to show you how to do this. So the first thing is you want to think about, you're going to have a couple of tags hanging down. So you want to put out about that much and then turn it inside out. And this is how we make a bow. You bring over this to the top, take your fingers, squish it in like that, and hold it with your left hand. The thing is you can move this around as you're making it to make it, you know, going in the direction that you want. So then you take it and you go under like that and squish it in. It's almost like these fingers are like a clamp and you're just going to keep pushing loops in there. You want to bring this one around. And then this one goes under again. And you can make something called a thumb loop, which is going to cover up your wire. So just drag it over like that. Make a little loop like that in the middle. And just stuff it into those fingers that are holding it. I like to do like 3 loops on each side. Going around, we squish it in underneath. Do this, squish it in underneath. And then you leave enough clear ribbon to hang down and cut it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this thumb loop and this wire, you're going to push that wire through the thumb loop, go halfway, bring the 2 sides behind you, and pull it really tight, and then again, do like a twist tie. So there you have it. Hardly took anything at all, just a little bit of time, a walk in the woods, borrow some ribbon from a friend, and some wire that maybe you have in your basement, and if not, you can get it at any craft store, hardware store. Really easy, really fun. So I hope you enjoyed it.